Okay, we're back. We're back and we're going to the Hebrew for Leviticus chapter, what am I saying? Numbers chapter 4. Okay. Numbers chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse 1.
Oh, yeah.
I should have set this up. Numbers chapter 4, verse 1. Where the bar Yahweh al-Mashah, Yahweh spoke to Moses, wa al, and to Aharon la Amar, saying, verse 2, Na sha'a at ra'ash banya ka hat ma sa wa ka banya laya lama sha pak thum labat a batam abatam. Verse 3, ma ban sha lashyam shanha wa ma I laha wa aid ban ham ma sha yam shanha kal ba'a la taza baha la I sha wat ma la a ha ha ba a hal ma wa aid. Verse 4, za'at I bad ta banya for hat ba a hal ma wa aid kodash holy ha kodashim holy, holy of holies. Verse 5, wa ba'a Aaron wa ban Yawa and his sons bana sa'ai ha ma ka naha wa ha wa rad wa at pa pa ra kat ha ma saka wa ka sawa baha at a run ka I that. Verse 6, wana tha nawa il yawa ka sawaya I rar tha ka sakach is it tha kash wa par shawar bagad kala yal tha kalat ma la ma I laha wa sha wa shamwa wa da yawa. Verse 7, wa il sha la kan ha pan yam ya shar shawa ba gad sakalat wa na ta nawa il yawa at ha ha kwa I rat wa at haka pat wa at hama na kwa yat wa at kwa sha wat hana saka wala wa lakam bread wa tha ma yad il yawa ya haya. Verse 8, wa par wa parashwa il yaham ba gad sa wa light shanya wa ka sawa atwa ba ma ka saha I war sa kash wa shamwa at ba da. Verse 9, wala pakwa ba gad sa ka lat wa ka sawa at mana rat hama a war wa at nara sa ya ha wa at mala kok ya ha wa at maka sa ta yam wa at kal sha manha shaman oil ha oil ashra yasha rat wa laha ba hum. Verse 10, wa na wa nat nawa at ha wa at kal ka la ya ha al maka sa ha I war sakash wa na wa nat nawa il hama what. Verse 14, wa il ma zabak the altar a zahab gold ya pa rashwa ba gad sakalat wa kasawa at atwa ba ma ka saha I war sakash is it sakash wa shamwa at bada ya wa. Verse 12, wala pakwa at kalya ha shar ashartha ashara yasha ratwa bum ba hudash sanctuary holy. Wana san wa al bagad sakalat wa waka sawa wa na a wa sam bama ka saha I war sa kash wa na sanwa il ham ma what? Verse 13 wa the shanwa at hama zabak, the altar, wa parashwa il yawa ba gad ara ga man wa na san wa il yawa at kal kala yawa ashara ya sharatwa il yawa baham at hamaka that at hama za la gat wa at ha I no ha I no ha ya I one wom wa at hama za rakta kal all kalia hama zabak, the altar, wa parashwa il yawa kasa wa ya I war sa kash wa shamwa ba da yawa. Verse 15 wa kalha a haran wa ban yawa, that's Aaron's son, la ka sat at ha kodash, holy, wa at kal all ka la ya ha kodash, holy, ban sa I hama ha na ha wa akarya after kan that yaba awa banya son Kohat of Kohat Lasha at wa la ayaga Iwa al ha Kodash, holy sanctuary, wa matwa alaha ma sha'a banya sons Kohat Kohat ba ahal ma wa aid. Verse 16 pa quad sa a I zar ban aharon Aaron ha kahan priest sham shamna oil ha ma war light illumination wa kwa sar wa kwa Sartha, Hasa, Samyam, spices, Waman, Kat, Ha, Sama, Yad, Wa, Sha, Man, Hama, Sha, Ka, Ha, anointed, Pa, Quad, Tha, Kal, Hama, Shakan, tabernacle, Wakal, and everything, Asherah, that, Bawa, Ba, Kodash, sanctuary, holy, Waba, Kal, Yawa, verse 17. Wa, Yad, no, where the bar, Yahweh al Masha. God spoke to Moses, Wa al, and to Aharon.
Who is that?
Aaron.
Okay.
Aharon. Are you following?
Y'all follow me, bro?
La Amar saying, verse 18, Al Thakarayat wa at Shabbat Masha Pakat Ha Kwa Ha Kwa Hat Ya Ma Sa Ma Sa Waka Hala Wa Yum no Ha Loy Yum Levi. Verse 19
Okay.
was at Aishwa Laham wa Ka Yawa wa La'a Ya Matwa Baka Shatham at Kodash holy Ha Kodashyam of holies Aharon Aaron wa Ban Yawa and his sons Yaba Awa wa Sha wa Shamwa a what ma Ayash I'll I Bad Thawa wa al Masha Awa verse 20. Is this the last verse?
No, you got 50.
Oh, 50?
Yeah, 49.
49, okay. Because I see things here like it as if it's cut off or something.
49 first. Yeah, 49.
Wa la a yaba awa la ra a what ba no ka ba lai at ha kodash wa ma sa wa. It's like here they cut it. They have a PPP here, like they cut it and stuff. Or it break into something else. Verse 21, where the bar Yahweh al Masha, Yahweh spoke to Moses, La Amar, saying, verse 22, Na Sha'a at Ra'ash, head, Banya, son, Gara, Sha, one, Gum, Hum, Labat, house, Abtham, father, La Sha, Lama, Sha, Pak, thumb. Verse 23, Ma, Bun, Sha, Lashyam, Shanha, Wama, I, Laha, Aid, Bun, Kama, Sha Yum Sha Na Sa Paquad A Wa Sam Kal Ha Kaha La Tazabawa La Tazaba A Tazabaha La I Bad I Badha Ba A Hal Ma Wa Aid 24 Za'at I Bad Tha Ma Sha Pak Tha Haga Rash Na Ya La I Bad Wa Ma Wala Ma Sha'a 25 Wana Sha Au At Yara Ya Tha Hama Shakan Tabernacle Wa'at Ahal Ma Wa'id Ma Kasa Hawa Wama Sha no Wama Ka Saha Ha Tha Hash Asherah Al Yawa Ma La Ma I Ha Mala Ma I Laha Wa'at Ma Saka Pathak entrance Ahal Ma Wa'id verse 26 Wa'at Kwa Ya Ha Ka Tazara Wa'at Ma Saka Pathak entrance Sha'ira Ha Ka Tazara Asherah Il Hama Shakan tabernacle Wa'il Hama Zabak the altar Saba Ya Sabayat Wa'at Ma Yathara Yaham Wa'at Kalya I Badat Ma Wa'at Kal Asherah Ya I Shaha Laham Wa I Badwa verse 27 Il Paya Aharon Aaron Wa Ban Yawa and his sons Saha Ya Ha Kal I Bad the work Banya sons Haga Rosh Naya La Kal Masha Wa La Kal I Bad Thumb work Wa Pa Quad Thumb Ilham Ba Ma Sha Martha At Kal Ma Sha verse 28 Za'at I Bad the Sha Ma Sha Pak the Banya son Haga Rosh Naya Ba A Hal Ma Wa'id Wa Ma Sha Martham like watch over responsibility Ba Yad A Yath Ma A Yat Mar Ban son Aharon Aaron Ha Kahan priests. Verse 29, Banya, the sons, Marai, Lama, Thumb, unto their families, La Bayat, household, the house, some of their fathers, Sa Kwa, Sa Paquad, a thumb to them. Verse 30, Ma Bun, from the age, Shalashiam, 30, Shanya, age, years, Wama I, Laha, Wa'id, Bun, age, Kama, Shayam, 50, Shanha, years, Sa, Ha, Quad, Ma, Kal, Haba'a, La Tazabaha, La I, Bad, At, I, Bata, work, Ahal, Ma, Wa'id, needle. Verse 31, Wa'za'at, Ma, Ma, Martha, Ma, La, Kal, I, Batham, Baha, Hal, Ma, Wa'id, Korashia, Hama, Shakan, tabernacle, Wa, Bar, Yak, Yawa, Wa'ai, Ma, Wad, Yawa, Wa, Dan, Yawa. Verse 32, I, Ma, Wadia, Ha, Ka, Tazar, Saba, Yab, Wa, Dan, Yaham, Wa, Ya, Sa, Dat, Ma, Wa, Ma, Ya, Sa, Ra, Yaham, Lakal, Kala, Yaham, Wa, La, Kal, I, Bad, Thum, Wa, Ba, Sha, Mat, Sa, Quad, Wa, At, Kal, Ya, Masha, Martha, Masha, verse 33, Za'at, Ibaitha, Masha, Paktha, Banya, sons, Mararia, Lakal, Ibaitham, the work, Ba, Ahal, Ma, Wa'id, Ba, Yad, Ya, Samar, Ban, Aharon, Ha, Kahan, priest, 34, Waya, Paquad, Ma, Sha, Ha, Wa, Aharon, Wa, Na, Sha, Ya, Ha, Ya, Ha, I, Da, At, Banya, son, Ha, Kwa, Ha, Saya, Lama, Sha, Pak, Thumb, Wa, Lab, Wa, Labat, Ab, Thumb, verse 35, Ma, Ban, Shalashiam, Shanaha, Wama, Aila, Ha, Wa'id, Ban, ha ma sha yam shana kal ha ba'a la tazabaha la I badha ba ahal ma wa'id. Verse 36. Wa ya ha yawa pa quad yaham la sha lama sha pak thum a lab yum shaba I ma a wat wa ka ma sa yum. Verse 37. Alha kwa wadya ma sha pakta ha kwa hat ya kal ha I bad ba ahal ma wa'id ashara pakwad hama na ba ma shaha wa aharon Moses Masha wa aharon and Moses I'll Parya Yahweh ba Yad Ma Shaha. Verse 38. Wa pa wa pak wa daya Banya son Garash 1 la ma sha pak wat ma wala wa lab no wa la bat house ab thumb 39 ma bun sha lashyam 30 shana years wa ma I wa ha wa id bun ha no ka ma sha yum shanha kal ha baha la taza baha la I badta la I badha ba ahal ma wa'id. Verse 40. Wa ya ha yawa quad yaham la ma sha pak thum. Oh, hear me. La bat la bayat. That's the house. Of them are their fathers. La payam wa shash ma awat wa sha la shayam. Verse 41. Allah ha pa pa wad ya ma sha pa kat Banya son Garash 1 of Gershon Kal Ha'ai Bad Ba Ahal Ma Wa'id Asherah Paquad Ma Shaha wa Aharon Ail Paria Yahweh, verse 42, wa Wadia Mashapakta Banya, son of Raya Lama Shapaktam La Bayat house, Ab some their fathers, 43, Ma Ban Shalashyam, 30 Shana years, Wa Ma Ailha, Wa Aid Ban Ha no Ka Ma Shanyam, Shan Ha Kal Haba A La Taza Baha La I Badha Ba A Hal Ma Wa Aid, 44, Wa Yahai Yawa Paquad Yaham La Ma Sha Pak Thum Shalash Tha A Lab Yum Wa Ma A Sa Yum, verse 45, Ahal Pakwa Wadya Masha Paktha Mania, sons of Mararia, Asherah, Paquad, Masha, this is Moses, Wa Aharon, and Aaron, Ail, Parya, Yahweh, Yad, Masha, verse 44, Kal, Pa, Quadiyam, Asherah, Paquad, Shaha, Wa Aharon, the Moses and Aaron, Wana Shaya, Ya Yasha'ala, At Ha Loyam, Levite, Lama Sha Pak Thum, Wal La Bayat, his house, Absam, their father, 48, Ma Bun Shalashyam, 30, Shanaha, years, Wa Ma I Laha, Wa Aid Ban H, the son, Ka Ma Shayam, Shanha, Kal Haba A La I Bad I Batha I Badha Wa I Ba Dat Ma Sha'a Wa Ahal Ma Wa Aid, 48, Wa Yahaya Wa Yahayawa Quad Yaham Shamnath Al Pa Yam Waka Mas Ma'a Wat Washa Man Yam, verse 49, Ail Haya Yahweh, Hakwad, Watham, Bayad, Masha, Moses, Ayash, Ayash, Ichman, Ail, I, Badat, Ail, Masha, Awa, Hakwad, Yawa, Asherah, Taza, Yahweh, Ad, Masha, which is Moses, and that's it. Whew. Get that Hebrew up, man. It's good. And again, this is Art Scroll Interlinear. I get it directly from the publisher, and it's really good. It's not King James, but it helps you with your with your Hebrew vocabulary.
That's more when you got the,
Yeah, this is numbers by itself. Yeah, the Hebrew and the English. Or you can buy the one volume that has the 5 books in it, but it's heavy.
Where you get that from?
Artscroll.com. They close on the Sabbath. I get it from publisher. You can get it from Amazon too, but
Talk about that at the place.
yeah.
Get that really quick. You show me that.
Yeah.
You go get the Hebrew.
Get the Hebrew up. It's fun. It's good, you know.
Yeah. Got me writing and reading it on the porch.
That's good.
Y'all, good time.
Numbers chapter 4. The numbering and in the wilderness. So I just want to read something.
Reading English now. Yeah. Came back in time.
I
was listening to it on the account.
Oh, you are?
I think you probably should take a 15-minute break into the Hebrew. Yeah, he was rough. Yeah, he was rough. Yeah, you can take get yourself together. Take a 10-minute break, you know?
No, I got that. It's after the Hebrew, then I'm collecting the English and everything, and I'm gonna read it. And I want you to read something from me, please.
Oh, no problem.
I want you to read after I write it down. Leviticus chapter 21, 17 to 21.
Leviticus chapter 21, 17 to 21.
Yeah, all right. Let me get it first.
17.
Leviticus 21.
21, 17. The Hebrew for a while. 21, 17, 21. Oh, you didn't got. Oh, okay. Y'all come on.
In Leviticus chapter 21, verse 17 to 21. I know you got a strong voice back there. That's why I asked you. Abar?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Leviticus chapter 21, 17 to 21.
Gone.
Speak unto Aaron, saying, whosoever he be of thy seed and their generations that has any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his God.
So when you have any kind of blemish, but I'm also going to go into it, he don't want you to be a priest. Like here, talking about with a Levi from Aaron's son. But even, like I say, even now, the Most High is talking about us in this time too. Go ahead, keep reading.
18. For whosoever man he be that has a blemish, he shall not approach a blind man, or a lame, or he that has a flat nose, or anything superfluous. Superfluous.
Yes, superfluous, yeah.
Keep reading.
Yeah, keep reading.
Or a man that is broken-footed, or broken-handed, or crook-backed, or a dwarf, or that has a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy, or blemish, right? Or be scurvy, or scab, or has his stones broken. What's that mean? You can't have a baby?
Your stone broken. Just say someone who's like his seed, his testicles is broken.
So you can't have a baby.
Yeah, just somebody who's just somebody who just say something happened and it's got crushed. His testicle got crushed or something.
Well, his thing don't even get hard. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know if that, but I know if his testicles are broken or is missing one.
You can't shoot a seed.
You can't have no seed.
I mean, I think it's if he's.
This ain't gonna be activated.
Right.
I don't. If he's missing one, I think he can still have a child and stuff. But if he's missing one or is crushed somehow, or somebody who's, for example, who's transsexual, someone try to change his sex to a woman, have it cut off and stuff. He can't come. No, he says his stone's broken. If his stones is broken, if his testicles is crushed, or maybe even cut off. Yeah, keep reading.
Where you at now?
That was verse 20.
Okay.
And I'm going to 21. No man that has a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest, shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. He has a blemish, he shall not come nigh to offer the bread of his God.
So here he's talking about the Levi. If you have any these things wrong with him, he can't come and offer be a priest of the Most High.
He can't be a midget either, huh?
Yeah, he can't. When the brothers out there teaching, you don't see somebody who's a midget up there teaching and so on and so forth.
So what is this implying?
No, it's talking about right here about the priest of the Levite. So the Levite, he can't, anything here can't be wrong with him.
If he going to offer a sacrifice.
Yeah, he can't offer anything, the bread of the Most High. And even to this day now, like all men are priests, and someone who's a midget can come up here and and do the service.
So why they discriminate?
That's what the Most High says.
What is they stating about a blemish? What is the blemish?
Yeah, if something's wrong with him, someone who's blind, like somebody who is blind, cannot come up here. Yeah, it's considered a blemish.
Why what?
Why? Could not have a blemish.
Yes,
He's looking at you.
no man, he said no man has a blemish of a seed.
Yeah, because the Most High have a certain, a normal individual that is healthy to come up here and teach the Most High's word. Go ahead, Khan Paquat. No, you had your hand up.
He wanted to know why can't you have a blemish? That was
the question.
Yeah, that's what the Most High says. So the Most High.
Because the Most High said you can't have a blemish.
Yeah, the Most High said you can't have a blemish.
But he didn't explain why he don't want a person with a blemish up there. He didn't explain it. He just said it.
Yeah, he says he don't want someone with a blemish or someone who's blind or lame and all these things, not to be up here, teaching the Most High's word or offer the bread. Or even if someone who's a midget, they'll go to the camp and read and so on and so forth. It has to be a normal
Right.
that normal look. Even for example, like for example, in the military right now, they want to make you as healthy as possible because you're going out there and they want to have that that look, you know, that look up there that you're a normal, healthy human being that you can go to war and being in charge and so on and so forth. God, what?
Fine. Everything you got bringing out, that's what it is. But the key point that is missing is the reason why most I want somebody like you saying that is normal, right? That is healthy, is because the Levitical priesthood should be a shadow of heavenly things, so he has to be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it cannot have any blemish because it's supposed to resemble heavenly things.
Everything, so it's got to
Send him out there.
be perfect.
Even Yahweh Jesus Christ, he was a healthy, normal man who had no blemish to offer himself up as a sacrifice to the Most High.
So it has to be perfect as the Father is perfect. So it has to resemble heavenly things. Just like when we say in Matthew 6 and 9, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Right.
So it's supposed to match what's seen in heaven. So if things in heaven are perfect, no blemish, so the Levitical priesthood would have to resemble perfect.
Yes, and also he had his facial hair, and he was a Nazarite. No razor couldn't touch his face or his hair. He was a Nazarite too.
Will he be, if he's overweight, will he be considered being a blemish?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to fight for me.
Yeah,
I put gas in your car. Going out there.
It ain't say that.
I
It ain't say
didn't.
overweight.
Yeah, I don't. It
So
doesn't
he's
say.
okay. He's just as healthy as a bull.
Going out there.
How about bald head? No, bald head, you cool.
It's just called forehead bald. That's all.
Huh?
It's just called forehead bald. It doesn't say here. Yes.
But what about Before?
There's nothing wrong with him.
Going out there, Before. You got no blemishes. You that word for a week. Come here, you got no blemishes. Come here, girl. You got no blemishes.
So even when you're offering a sacrifice to the Most High, it has to be perfect, no blemish,
Yeah, okay.
no blind or lame. He says, offer to a governor, would he accept it? He said, no, because it's blemished. Like Yahweh, he was perfect. Okay. Numbers chapter 4, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, take the sum of the son of Korath from among the sons of Levi after their families by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even until 50 years old, all that enter into the host to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. So from 30 to 50, so he's grooming before 30. So in the sense that 30 is not just fresh. It's not like saying he's just coming to it and he just learning. So even from you saw Jesus Christ, even when it was like 12, he was in the temple. So by the time he coming up, knowing the law, knowing the Hebrew and everything like that, and studying the priesthood and everything, and being in it and watching and learning all of these things. So by the time he's 30, he's well versed,
right,
and well know how to do the sacrifice and how to cut, right, and what to offer and so on and so forth, because he's been trained. He's been trained. So by the time he's 30, he's fully set how to do the offerings and how to do the service. And until 50. So when you read Luke chapter 3, verse 23. Pourquoi? You read that one for me, please.
Luke chapter 3.
Luke.
Verse 53?
23.
20.
Luke chapter 3
Laha. Who? Amen.
and verse 23. Oh, you got it?
Wait, I'm getting it.
And Yahushua himself begun to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, the son of Joseph, which was the son of Heaven.
Say it again.
Baby.
Hey.
Okay, say so. It's in Yahushua Jesus Christ, 30 years old. So he start his ministry at 30 years old. So from 30 to 33, he did his ministry. He was upon teaching, growing the disciples, teaching them all of these things and so on and so forth, keeping the law, healing, healing. You know, he started his ministry. So he's not. Yeah. So people wouldn't say that at 30 years old, is that you're not like just so young, like 18 or 20, feeling, 30 years old. That's almost like starting with the priesthood there. They said 30 years to 50 years. So he started at 30, like how the priesthood here, it starts at 30, ends at 50. So he started at that time. So it's nice, like for example, now it's nice to know that you're coming in the truth when you're young. It's a young man. So by the time you're 30, you should be well versed in the scripture. If they're teaching and everything like that.
That worked for me. I was young. That don't work for me.
No. I'm saying it's good that if we come, some of us are born in the truth, and the parents are teaching you the Hebrew and all of that stuff. So you're learning all of these things. So you can be younger than 30, but Jesus Christ started the priesthood. His teaching from when he's 30 years old, and here the priesthood here start from 30 years old.
He was teaching at 30, right?
Yeah, he started his ministry at 30 years old.
Right.
From 30 to 33, he did his ministry.
That's what he was doing.
And then he died on the cross
He
and
did, right.
went back to the Father.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Khan. Mine.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You say so when he turned 30, that's when he started teaching.
Yeah, he started his ministry. But he, from 12 years old, they saw him grooming. He was in the temple.
Bingo.
Oh, that's what you wanted to say?
Bingo.
Yeah, from 12 years old, he was in the temple. Yeah, about my father's work.
Right.
His parents are looking for him.
Yeah, okay.
So he was about 12 years old. So they, like Amalek, when the kid's born, they try to teach them all of that stuff. By the time you're a youngster, you know the alphabet already.
That's another good statement you just made. Right? You heard this? What the people you just said again?
Yeah, Amalek.
That's the mother people, right?
Yeah, Amalek, the so-called Jewish people.
So when they teach their kids while they're young.
They teach them while they're young. They teach them the alphabet.
You keep talking, I'm going to find out what Jesus was at. So that little age from 12 to 30, I know what Jesus was at, what he was doing too.
The scripture doesn't.
I got the book.
Scripture doesn't say.
I know.
Let's not try to speculate, guys. Scripture doesn't say.
Shalom. I got a book. I got a little bit of common sense, bro.
So, scripture doesn't say. It doesn't say. So don't go into it. So, Amalek, when their kids are young, they try to teach them all this Hebrew and all that stuff and try to know certain things. They don't know. They're not us.
No, we don't know.
But they like to. They may even come to us teaching in the street and ask if we know Hebrew. They speak Yiddish, broken Hebrew and all of that stuff. So the Most High ain't dealing with them. The Most High dealing with us. But it's nice to know that some people are born in the truth. By the time they're young and them start to speaking, you start to teach them the Hebrew, teach them the alphabet, teach them the words and the numbers and all of that stuff. Even like when my son was young, smaller, I started teaching the alphabet and stuff too. And the more he's with me, I start to groom him a little bit more.
Like you said, at the age of 12.
Yeah.
No, they start them younger than that.
Yeah, they start younger than
They
that.
start them as soon as they start to speak and everything, going to school. Because what time?
Jesus
What?
already giving it up when he was a little kid.
Yeah. What age you start to go to school? About 5 years old.
Yeah.
By the time 5 and they start, you start to teach them the alphabet and they know it. They
start teaching them as soon as they can talk. They start
yeah start to teach them and speak to them.
Kids. Well, our kids, they go to school, they know their ABCs before they get to kindergarten.
Yeah, that's right. And let the teacher know I've been teaching them. So they say, who was your first teacher in this world? When you fill out that application, I said my mother. The lady said, family much. So there you go, because you have to learn at home.
Some kids come in there advanced.
You dog.
Yeah. But coming back to now,
Go ahead.
Numbers 4 and 3, from 30 years old to 50. 20 years old of in the priesthood. So from the 30, you're adult and you're mature in the scriptures until 50, and then that you're like I say, retired at 50. But you still know, but you retired at 50. So sometimes I see certain other churches, the guy's like 60, 70, 80 years old, and he's doing the service and he's slow and
Step down.
yeah, and he's moving so and he can't do too much because age is upon him. So 30 to 50, well, nice and fresh, and you're out there teaching blah 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 this and that.
Now that ain't for everybody now.
No, this is just for here now. You know, brothers go out there doing the service, different age. You know, me, I'm 58.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead. Point guard.
So people say like, you know, like you should mean blah blah blah. But you know, we as men, we now have the knowledge and we do the service and we go out and we teach. Okay. Verse 4. This shall be the service of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation about the most holy things. And when the camp set it forward, Aaron shall come and his sons, and they shall take down the covering veil and cover the ark of testimony with it. Verse 6. And shall put therein the covering of badger skin, and shall spread over it a cloth wholly of blue, and shall put in the staves thereof, and upon the table of showbread they shall spread a cloth of blue, and put thereon the dishes and the spoons and the bowls, and cover with all, and continual bread shall be thereon. Showbread has to be continually there. The showbread, like what David and his men went and ate, and also it has to be there. The showbread, the bread baked upon on the table, and showbread table. Yeah, we did that back in Exodus and Leviticus about the showbread and everything like that. Verse 8, and they shall spread upon them a cloth of scarlet, and cover the same with a covering of badger skin, and shall put in the staves thereof. So I see the Ark of the Covenant has staves. With the showbread thing, they have staves, long poles that goes into the side so you can carry it. Even for the ark, some people carry the ark, so not just anybody can just go out there. Yeah, they have certain Levites can do it.
Right? The poles that would be sticking out, right?
Yeah, so even when David was dancing, and after he danced, and the ark was falling off of an ox cart, and the guy tried to catch it, most like kill him. Then it's like, wow, and put staves through it because it's so holy. But he didn't know.
What do we say right here?
The breach of Uzzah. I think as I remember. Is it Mount Nebo? Jeremiah hid it when he going to the Apocrypha.
Oh,
Jeremiah hid it, and it
He
says
hid
that nobody's gonna find it until the gathering of the people.
Don't leave her. Okay, what the verse say?
Exactly.
can't find.
It's
Is it positive?
look.
We'll find it.
Yeah, it's in Apocrypha. In Apocrypha. Yeah, I think I can't find it right now, but I can find it later on after the service.
Yes, brother.
Verse 9, and they shall take a cloth of blue and cover the candlestick of the light and his lamps and his songs that hold and stuff and his snuff dishes, like you put out a certain light, like I see it in the Catholic Church, like there's a, they have little snuffers to put out certain lights, and all the oil vessels thereof wherewith they minister unto it. And they shall put it and all the vessels thereof within a covering of badger skin, and shall put it upon a bar. And upon the golden altar they shall spread a cloth of blue, and cover it with a covering of badger skin, and shall put to the staves thereof. Verse 12. And they shall take all the instruments of ministry, or what they use, all the tools and what they use, wherewith they minister in the sanctuary, and put them in a cloth of blue, and cover them with a covering of badger skins, and shall put them on a bar. Verse 13. And they shall take away the ashes from the altar, and spread a purple cloth thereon. So they have, I think you remember, they have, after the burning, take away the ashes, because ashes is after everything is burned, you just take it away, clean it away for future burnings. Verse 14. And they shall put upon it all the vessels thereof wherewith they minister about it, even the censers with as far as the censers that they have of the thing, the incense and certain things burning in it, and the flesh hook is to hook the meat, to hook the meat and carry it a certain way.
And the hooks.
Yeah, the flesh hook, to hook the meat.
Yeah.
And the shovels. So I have a look at shovels for certain ceremonies, and the bases, and all the vessels of the altar, and they shall spread upon it a covering of badger skin, and put to the staves of it. Verse 15. And when Aaron and his sons have made an end of covering the sanctuary and all the vessels of the sanctuary, as the camp is to set forward, after that the sons of Kohath shall come to bear it. So the Kohath is going to bear it. Specific part in Levi shall bear it. But they shall not touch any holy thing, lest they die. So they're going to bear it, like they had the staves. They can carry it with the staves, but they shall not touch the holy thing. These things are the burdens of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 16. And to the office of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, pertaining the oil for the light and the sweet incense, and the daily meat offering. You find that in Leviticus chapter 2, verse 1, the meat offering, verse 16. Meat offering, which is a grain offering. When you go into the Hebrew, you find that it's a grain offering instead of actually meat. And the anointing oil and the oversight of all the tabernacle and of all that therein is in the sanctuary and in the vessels thereof. So when we had the temple, all those things were in there. And for example, a lot of it were gold. Even with the Arch of Titus, you see them carrying the menorah, carrying the big candlestick, because there always had to be oil in it. I think it was an olive oil that's in it and keep it burning continually. So the Romans, so-called whites, they stole the art, had the menorah on their shoulder and they posed to carve it out and show that, yeah, they had it. So they're guilty of that. Who knows where it is now,
That's what I was just saying. That's the rocky back here.
It's a bunch of things,
He's not talking about that. Talking about the Arch of Titus.
Oh,
the Arch of Titus that showed that they have that. Yeah, they had a big candlestick.
What is Titus?
Mm.
That's one of the books of the Old Testament.
Yeah, New Testament.
Yeah, Titus, 70 AD.
So that's what they talking about, though?
With the Arch of Titus?
Yeah.
They call it the Arch of Titus because Titus surrounded the temple and we had to flee.
Oh, okay. And how does that go with his art, though?
No, because they carved the carving that the Romans taking away the big candlesticks and all the other things also.
They stole.
Yeah, they stole the
There you
good
go.
stuff that ordinary Israelite couldn't even touch.
Right.
But they stole.
But they had it on their shoulders and taken it away.
Under King Titus.
I don't know what is he, a governor or whatever, or a ruler.
The governor. That's the governor.
Well, it's
Ruler.
not the same person that wrote Titus, though.
No. These are
That's one of us
these are Romans
They stole.
that burnt the temple
Mm-hmm.
and pillaged it and stole everything that's in there.
And we had to leave it and go to Africa.
Yeah, the west coast of
There
Africa.
you go.
So
Take it away.
There
they're
you go.
gonna pay for all of that.
There you go. I was trying to look around for my.
We had
to leave. Keep reading, brother.
Yeah.
That's right. We had to leave.
Verse 17.
Verse 17.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, Cut ye not off the tribe of the families of the Kohathites from among the Levites. Don't cut them off. Make sure they have seeds going and going, because they're gonna bear the vessels. Right in verse 15. So if they're caught, or the most I want them to carry it. So if they get caught off, then who's gonna carry it? Because the most I specifically want them to carry it, but the most I don't want them to. Yeah, Kohathites. He said, make sure that they keep going, because that's in the family of Levi. Yeah. So to make sure they get a special treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. But thus do unto them, that they may live and not die, when they approach unto the most holy things. Aaron and his sons shall go in and appoint them every one to his service and to his burden, what they should carry, burden.
Right.
But they shall not go in to see when the holy things are covered, lest they die. So they just can't. All they do is to carry it.
Right.
but it
They
can't go.
in.
But it can't go and see unless they die.
Is that tent they had?
Mhm.
I'm asking so I have it right.
Verse
Yeah. I can't say this.
Verse 21.
oh, no, sir.
What we gonna get one?
Yeah.
If we took you, that'd be good.
Hold
So,
on.
so this how I know right here, if, in this book right here, I know I can read from that right here, to let you know that we had to leave. So this is around 70 AD right here. Before, is this around 70 AD right here we read?
Which one?
Numbers.
I wouldn't say that.
The ark of the testament was sent. Okay. When we start,
62, what's it?
that wasn't 70 AD. No, what is that?
Yeah, it's 70 AD.
When? When we reading that right now?
No, when the Romans.
Or when the Romans came and stole,
When would that come in the Bible? In the New Testament, right?
Yeah, when it was talking about the Gentiles going to be trod down Jerusalem. Exactly where that is.
That's not 70 AD because at this point we're setting
That's right. It's the
Yeah,
right
this
here.
this we were in our homeland,
Right.
and Moses had setting everything up. We had setting everything up.
yeah, it wasn't that time.
It wasn't that. Okay.
Just later on,
That's something Matthew did.
the Babylonians did it before, and Esau was cheering on. Yeah. Verse 21, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take also the sum of the sons of Gershon throughout the houses of their fathers by their families.
Mm-hmm.
So the sons of Gershon, 23,
Mm-hmm.
from 30 years old and upwards until 50 years old shall thou number them, all that enter in to perform the service, to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. Yeah. But more emphasize that from 30 years to 50 years old. Yes. Part of Levi, certainly. Not just any Levi.
Yeah, to be an Aaron and Moses. Aaron and
Moses.
So it's like right now we don't know who Aaron and certain from his sons and all that. We don't know all of that stuff now. In the kingdom, the most they're gonna set that up back again. Yeah.
The Aaron and sons is on the left back page. But it's cool.
Okay, verse 24. This is the service of the families of the Gershonites to serve and for burdens. So they're gonna serve and they're gonna carry the burdens. Just that. Verse 25. And they shall bear the curtains of the tabernacle, and the tabernacle of the congregation, his coverings, and the covering of the badger skin that is above upon it, and the hangings for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Special.
The book about us. Gotta check out these.
So we're going to read even Exodus 26, verse 14.
Exodus 26.
Yeah, 14. It's talking about the badger skin also.
Can we read it for you?
Yeah, you can read it.
All right.
25.
Exodus 26, verse 14.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know when you get there, Con. You got it?
Aha.
He didn't say this time. I see. Okay, write it down there. L-A-A-H.
Yeah, talking about the curtains and the loops and the edge and all that stuff. But when it goes to the badger skin, that's what the most I. But the most are required. Not any other skin, but the badger skin. It's read verse 1.
Of 26?
Yeah, 26 1 and then 14.
You ready?
Yeah.
There we go. Exodus 26:1. Move over, that thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet. With cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them.
Okay, so it goes on further all down, and when you go to verse 14.
And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of rams, skin dyed red, and a covering above of badger skin.
Yeah, see the description about the whole thing.
Outstanding.
Must have look real beautiful, costly and expensive, you know, and gold and silver. So, verse 26. So the other nations, they have their little thing. They're trying to make it, trying to decorate it, trying to put all this fancy stuff, whatever. But even when it comes to the altar, but the Most High says that our altar should not be of a huge stone. It should be of just stones like that. But when you put a tool to it, you pollute it. You know, it should be stones.
Like the stones you pick up.
Yeah, stones pick up. No tools upon it. And you pollute it. But when you go to certain churches, everything is cut stone and marble and all of that stuff, and they're trying to have their little incense at their little or their little whatever offering what they do.
They're polluted.
It's not of the Most High.
Okay.
So some of us get mesmerized by saying, "Oh, they must be of the Most High," because look at all this, how decorated it is, and how beautiful look or whatever, so on and so forth.
In your yard. They better call the cops for you. We ain't having that here. Remember that.
So, verse 26. And the hangers of the court, and the hangers of the door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and by the altar round about, and their cords, and all the instruments of their service, and all that is made for them, so they shall serve. Verse 27. And the appointment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites in all their burdens and in all their service, and ye shall appoint unto them in charge all their burdens.
I know what he was doing. Playing basketball, football.
Verse 28. This is the service of the families of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation, and their charge shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. So remember, Yeah. So when we read back in chapter 3, it said Aaron he had 4 sons, Nabad, Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. The first 2 died, so Eleazar and Itamar was left. Yeah, strange by the Most High killed them. Verse 29. As for the sons of Merari, thou shalt number them after their families by the house of their fathers. So again, like I said, the house of their fathers. They want us to now mix your half this and your half that. Number by the house of your father. You are what your father is, regardless of whatever. Yeah. All about your father, regardless who the mother is. Somebody said the mothers don't count. No, the father, the men carry the seed. I'm not.
He ain't.
No.
Well, he said that in a nice way, though. He mean like that. You
Yeah.
want to scare you that much?
Well, I have to talk about my Ephraim mother. He says,
you up to 12.
he says, honey, your mother and your father, right? And again, verse 30. From 30 years old and upward, even unto 50. Emphasizes 30 to 50. And after that, 20 years of service.
There we go.
Yeah, your service. But Yahushua is a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. That Abraham saw and gave a tent.
What does that mean?
That he's not under Aaron, but under Melchizedek, who Abraham saw and he gave a tent.
So what happened to the?
He's a priest. It supersedes all of that because he's a priest. Melchizedek, Malak Tasadak, is a priest of the Most High. Go ahead, Kahan. Hit me up.
We want to hear what you have to say.
I mean,
Right, because some people say that since we have the order of Melchizedek, the Levitical priesthood is no more.
no, Yahushua is older than Melchizedek.
Right. So since we have that, Yahushua is the order of Melchizedek. So when they read Hebrews, they said the Levitical priesthood is done away with. So therefore, there's no more Levitical priesthood. Why should we even bother about the law?
But Yahushua didn't have any children to say, oh, these are that, blah, blah, blah. He just, with him, under that priesthood. Yeah, go ahead, say. No, but the servant, like what you read, like what you were saying earlier in Ezekiel, the priesthood gonna continue. And even back you read somewhere in the Torah, it said the priest forever.
But some people said the Levitical priesthood has been replaced by the order of Melchizedek.
No.
That's what some people think.
What do you think? Where did they get it from?
Well, they get it from Hebrews. When they read the book of Hebrews, they said that the Levitical priesthood has been replaced by the order of Melchizedek.
Melchizedek was here before the Levitical priesthood.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But they said that there's no more Levitical priesthood.
Oh.
Any more Levites?
So when the temple is rebuilt, like in scripture says, it's going to be rebuilt, doing for the service, who's going to do the service then?
Let me read Hebrews 7:22.
Oh, you
We'll see
already
what
know.
we're talking about.
Let's go read. Let's go read. Hebrew. Oh, that's part right there.
For verse
7:22.
Right, with the order of Melchizedek.
Hebrews 7:22.
Yes, come on. This thing.
Right.
7:20. There you go.
If we read this right here, it's gonna say that whatever we're talking about the Levitical priesthood seems like it's nonsense. Hebrews 7:22. It reads, by so much was Yahushua made a surety of a better testament. Right? Of a better testament. Verse 23. And they truly were many priests, because they were not suffered to continue by reason of death. So what does that mean here? The priesthood, they did not continue because, by reason of death. They died. So
Who, the Levites?
No.
the Levitical priesthood and the priests, they died. Right? So what does that mean in that scripture? Because to Yahushua, it says in 22 again, it says, by so much was Yahushua made the surety of a better testament. And they truly were many priests, right? There was a lot of priests. There were truly many priests.
Right.
Because they were not suffered continue by reason of death. Let me read verse 28 now. It says, for the law maketh men high priests, which have infirmity. But the word of the oath, which was since the law, maketh the Son, who is consecrated forevermore. What does that mean? What happened to the Levitical priesthood? They make the Son supersede every priesthood. So where we get Leviticus, Levitical priesthood,
Is them guys who's doing the double?
Yeah, because it's part of the law.
Yeah, that's what it said.
But let's read that again.
Read it again.
Are we doing the reading right now? Is part of the law. The most I want for the priest to keep this.
So the law maketh men high priests, which have infirmity. So he's talking about Leviticus priesthood, right?
right?
But they have infirmity.
Right. So it says they have infirmity. So what would be the point of bringing them back?
But the word of the oath, they made a promise. That's what the oath is, promise, agreement. Which was since the law makes the Son who was consecrated forevermore.
Right.
Come on, Jesus.
So Yahushua replaced the Levitical priesthood.
Yahushua replaced it all.
The Levitical priesthood replaced it all, right? That's what he meant.
No.
He's setting y'all up. Don't agree with him.
Oh, he's gonna come back with something.
No, I'm talking about Paqua already.
We got to go with him to see what he got to say.
Yeah.
I think he replaced it.
You think he replaced it? Because let's read some more.
There you go.
So Hebrews 7:11.
Hebrews 7:11.
Can't go back. Well, that's highlighted. Who the priesthood?
Hebrews
Who gonna
7:11.
read that?
Let him read it. He's doing good.
Let's come with it, though.
It says, is therefore perfection whereby the Levitical priesthood, right? So we're talking about they were in infirmity. Now we're talking about, they have perfection.
Perfection.
Right? And therefore perfection whereby the if therefore perfection whereby the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, right?
Right.
What further need was there that another priest should arise after the order of Melchizedek, and not be called after the order of Aaron? So why would what's the point? It wasn't perfect.
Right.
If they were perfect, there wouldn't be need, right, to bring a priesthood after the order of Melchizedek. They would call after the order of Aaron. So where are we gonna? Right, if it was all that.
Right.
So what is that talking about in the kingdom? We're still gonna have the Levitical priesthood.
Okay, well, read 12 to hit 14. That's where that Jesus guy.
Because if we don't get the understanding, we're gonna think it's a bunch of confusion going on here in Hebrew.
Okay. No, then read 12.
Isn't a shadow of things to
Read
come.
12 and then hit 14.
Like what the scripture said.
Right, it's
and-
a shadow of things to come. But right here, when we read it in Hebrew, it
yeah.
says if it was perfect, so why would they bring a priesthood according to Christ?
Mhm.
Because number 14, that's why. Yeah. Well, his evidence, where he sprang from, tribe of Judah. That's us. There you go. Let's stop all that rap.
All right, so let's get it straight.
Yeah,
Let's go to
yeah.
Jeremiah.
There you go. See, you already know. Oh, no. All right.
Go to Jeremiah.
Because if we don't get the understanding, when somebody gonna come with argument saying that, listen, see, you read this right here, the Levitical priesthood, they were not perfect, so that's why Yahushua come.
Right.
Everything is done now after the order of Melchizedek. So Levitical priesthood, you're talking about how's that gonna happen? Yahushua, came and abolished all of that, right? But now we read, right? It is a shadow of things to come. We're gonna bring the Levitical priesthood back in the kingdom, right?
Right.
So what's the point of all of that?
So guys say,
So earlier we talking about we under reconstruction, and then all that will be established in the kingdom.
Right.
So how is that gonna happen if Yahushua replace all of that?
well, that's how
Jeremiah-
you just said.
Jeremiah what?
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get it, right?
See, we all have
Oh,
fallen.
because,
Even the Levitical priests have fallen.
Right.
We all have.
Right. Right. So why would we bring something that is is not perfect, is full of infirmity? Why would we bring it back again? If that's why Yahushua
That
came and replaced all
Yahushua
of that,
came to correct it.
right?
Because if we fell,
Right.
all the tribes fell, Leviticus fell, already, everybody fell.
Right. So what's the point of bringing it back if Yahushua replaced all of that, right?
But then you have to say, well, what's the point of bringing the other tribes back too? If he gave them a chance, then why wouldn't he give the Leviticus?
Well, that's why it's not the Levitical priesthood. We're supposed to do ceremony, right?
Right,
To the Most High,
right,
but it had to be perfect,
Right. Gotta be perfect.
right?
right.
So Yahushua came and replaced that, right? And he came after the order of Melchizedek, and they said that's why right now we don't know who
We don't know.
Levite is,
Right.
right? And we lost all of that,
Right.
and
In the kingdom, it'll be correction.
right. So why would they bring something that is imperfect back in the kingdom?
They're going to be
That's why we're gonna
bring
read
it back.
Jeremiah 31. Let's go to Jeremiah
Why would we?
Jeremiah
go back to
31
the
and what?
kingdom?
31 verse 33.
33.
Okay.
Right. And after we read that, I got one I want to read.
All right.
Why you gonna bring it back?
31 and what?
33.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what
You're
I'm saying?
gonna prove it.
I got it highlighted.
When-
Ben gave me this one.
See, you had it already.
Yeah. I've been trying for him. Come on, read it before.
All right, and it says, and also I'll read Hebrews. After that, I get Hebrews 8 and 10. It says, "Behold, the day comes,
Okay.
saith the Lord,
Mhm.
that I will make a new covenant
Okay.
with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah."
There you go.
Oh, he made a new covenant.
The house of Israel
There- there
and with
you
the
go,
house of
right
Judah.
there.
So verse 32, "Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the days that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt."
Okay.
Right? Which my covenant they break. Although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord.
Mm.
There your answer right there.
So we break the commandment, right? And he's gonna bring a new
The new covenant.
covenant. And what's gonna be that new covenant? Is it gonna be
They're going to be the 12 tribes of Israel.
if it's gonna bring a new covenant, so why even bother with these commandments that we
You talk about the
we
covenant
bring
of
in?
God,
Right.
the 10 commandments.
Mhm.
You sound like a buyer right now. You're going to stick to that till you die. That sounds like
So
a buyer.
here's the
What a buyer
new
says.
covenant. You see, if you read on, you're gonna see the new covenant.
Go ahead, keep reading.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with them.
Mhm.
That I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my law in the inward part.
In the head.
We will put the law in our inward part, right?
The new one.
Inward part, and write it in their hearts, and
Right.
I will be their God, and there shall be my people.
There you go, right
Shall
there.
be my
bro.
people. So
Right.
the reason why the law that is gonna be bring back is the same law that we keeping that's gonna be written in our inward part.
But you gonna
Because,
put it- you gonna put
because
it-
what happened
He's
is,
gonna put it in our heads.
right, because before, right, he was not perfect.
Right.
Christ came as the ultimate sacrifice after
Sure.
the order of Melchizedek,
Right.
right, to erase for our sin.
Right,
That's what Yahushua replaced. Because the Levitical priesthood, they were men of flesh who
Right.
get weak, who have infirmities, right?
Mhm.
But all that was only Yahushua can clean that up.
Okay.
But when that cleaned up and we have the law in our inward part, now we can keep the Levitical priesthood perfect.
We're not going to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
May I read this part here? On verse 34, I'm gonna read the last line, 2 lines. I will forget their iniquities, and I will remember their sins no more.
Right.
Now, back here, what you were saying earlier,
Where's that at?
okay, that's right there on verse 34, but it's at the bottom of verse 34. But go to Revelation 21, 12. I was reading this earlier today.
All right. Is
Okay?
it about what we talking about?
Y'all, what we talking about? And he said, you just read the part. I will put my law.
What?
Revelation 21, verse 12. Before you just read it. I will put my laws in their inward part and write in their hearts, and will be their God, and they will be my people.
Right.
Where's that at?
That's at 33, what he just read. Now stay with me.
But
Revelation.
Revelation.
Revelation 21, 12.
Same thing.
Same thing, but this is the part that he gonna do right here, because you don't read Hebrews 7:14.
That ain't 21.
Yes, it is. And had a great wall and high, and 12 gates, and the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the name of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That's when the Levites come back in, because God said he gonna bring it back. You just read it up here, what's your name before? When he said he gonna bring it back, okay, he said, I told him one of my days, and I said he said he would bring them back. When he bring them back, that's when he bring them back. When they come out of heaven, however you want to look and see, that's when he'll bring the Levites back. Because the Levites had a certain job to do for them to carry that covenant.
Right.
Like my man was the judge and they killed him, that was their job.
Right.
On your paycheck, it say Levites on your paycheck. When you get your paycheck, they had that word right on there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
All right. So let's bring this back full circle,
Yeah.
and then we can continue.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what we read in Hebrews 7:22 and 23 and verse 28, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the Hebrews, right? That addressed the weaknesses of the flesh that the priests had,
Okay.
right? They grow old and they die,
Right.
right? They could not continue
They couldn't
in the
continue.
Levitical priesthood,
Right.
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 And you how the Congress is.
right? So they had a weakness,
Who the people
right? So they could not continue in their duty,
Right.
yeah.
right? Because they were active.
Right.
Right? So now when we come back in the kingdom, remember we cannot die.
Right.
Right.
I mean, we will not die,
Will not die.
right? So when Yahushua established, Yahushua came, he conquered sin. So that
broke
sin
the
part,
sin.
we will not sin anymore.
Right.
So we will have the law right in our inward part, and that's how the Levitical priesthood will be
Come
set
back.
up in perfection.
Yeah.
Be in perfection.
That was good.
Right. So they'll be there for the goodness then.
Good.
31 to 34, that was good there. Why?
So
Yeah.
the only sinless priest that can do that was Yahushua after the order of Melchizedek.
After the other
Melchizedek.
To get rid
died.
of the sin that was in us,
Right.
right? That stopping us from keeping us, that breaking the law of sin,
Mhm.
right? So
To-
since he cleaned that,
Cleanse that.
right? He cleansed that. The Levitical priesthood could not clean sin through the blood of animals
Right.
because they themselves, they were sinners
It's subject to sin.
themselves, and they were subject to sin. But
Okay.
Yahushua, that's where the order of Melchizedek
Amen.
came in as a priest who could do that, and then when it's established in the kingdom, then we'll be able to keep the Levitical
Keep
priesthood
Leviticus
in
law.
perfection.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else we need to go?
All right, let's go back to
Right.
Where you at now?
Back-
30.
30.
Yeah, back to numbers. Let's flip the page over. We should have some market here.
30. And from
You're at 31, but you go back to 30 from the age of 30 up to the age of 50.
30. Numbers 4 and 30. From 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, shalt thou number them, everyone that entered into the service to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 31. And this is the charge of their burden, according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation. The boards of the tabernacle and the bars thereof and the pillars thereof and the sockets thereof
That was the job that had to be done.
and the pillars of the court round about and their sockets and their pins and their cords with all their instruments and with all their service, and by name ye shall reckon the instruments of the charge of their burden. So they're just to carry the burden. 33. This is the service of the families of the son of Merari. I see here the sons of, if it's the same Merari in Genesis 46 and 11. Sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. Genesis 46 and 11. Verse 33.
Verse 33. This is Genesis what?
46 and 11.
Genesis. Right, put a bookmark here before
What is it?
Yeah, Genesis 46 and 11. Genesis 46 and 11. So, and the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari.
But that's the name of the Levites.
Yeah, the Levite.
So that's what it is, a whole bunch of names.
Yeah.
Man,
I would think it's the same Merari. It said the sons of Merari.
Then Judah, sons of Judah, Onan.
Yeah. Verse 33 again. This is service of the families of the sons of Merari, according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation, under the hand of Itamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. Itamar. Verse 34. And Moses and Aaron and the chief of the congregation numbered the sons of the Kohathites after their families and after the house of their fathers. Verse 35. It says, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50, everyone that entered into the service for the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. Emphasize that 30 to 50. Verse 36, and those that were numbered of them by their families were 2,750. These were they that were numbered of the families of the Kohathites, all that might do service in the tabernacle of the congregation, which Moses and Aaron did number according to the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. Excuse me. And those that were numbered of the sons of Gershon throughout their families and by the house of their fathers. Say 39, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, everyone that entered into the service for the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. So if you're mistaken, it mentions it here from 30, 50. verse 40. Even those that were numbered of them throughout their families by the house of their fathers were 2,630. 2,630. These are they that were numbered of the families of the sons of Gershon, of all that might do service in the tabernacle of the congregation, who Moses and Aaron did number according to the commandment of the Lord, the Most High. Verse 42, and those that were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari throughout their families by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old. Everyone that entereth into the service for the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. 44. Even those that were numbered of them after their families were 3,200. Yes, the Most High said, the Most High say, be fruitful and multiply, so we can always, keep our tribes going, and also certain part of the Levite keep us going, like the Most High said, to keep our tribes going and to keep our families going. Verse 45. These be those that were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the word of the Lord by the hand of Moses. Verse 46. All those that were numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the chief of Israel numbered after their families and after the house of their fathers. I seen about here chief, right? Like the Native American, they had chiefs here. So
That's where they get it from?
I'm just see is an interest in a relationship. Oh, there's a chief, so and so forth. They were chiefs.
Aaron Moses was responsible for all of them.
Yeah, they make sure everything is done perfectly in order. Verse.
So you guys understand what I'm bringing out, right?
Where?
What we're just bringing out.
Just my last verse.
You got it, right? You got the direction?
Yeah, specific tribe and specific families and specific heads onto Aaron and everything. And even the Kohathites, they family have to continue. Who bear the ark, who bear the burden. They can't look inside. They can bear it.
They use chief in the same way. But the age of the chiefs is the chief.
I mean, it says chief here. So I see Native American when they have chief this, chief that. I can't remember a chief somebody. Chief this, and he was like the head of a certain group of whatever tribe, because you're part Gad, right? Or Gad, right? Yeah. So that chief, and the chief had a certain headpiece that he would wear. Right. He's the chief of that tribe and this tribe.
Right.
So they use that chief.
You think I'm from the chief of tribe of Gad?
All have
What are you trying to say?
No, like a Native American, they had that chief.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about me. Who you say from the tribe of chief, Gad?
Yeah, or Gad or Judah. Are you?
My grandmother, cold blooded in me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, beat me like one too.
Verse 47, reiterating again and emphasize it again. From 30 years old and upward, even unto 50.
Right, they
emphasize that. Emphasize it. So you do that. You do it, and you do that 20-year service, and you get that. Those who know it, they can groom those who are coming in, and what to do, because it's is specifically how to do certain offerings and what to mix and what not to mix. You know, specifically when you offer to the Most High required this way, that way, or no way.
Wait, Moses saw it.
Which was one of the one of the chief or one of the duties of the priest was to bring ceremonial purity, right, for those who had become spiritually impure. But that was one of the duties, right, to bring spiritual purity, for those who had become spiritually impure, so that they can participate in the tabernacle service.
Okay, because you had to be pure.
Purified, correct.
In the tabernacle service.
Right.
Okay.
You look like an Indian too. Right, you look at slow.
Probably is.
That probably ain't no liquor. It's water. So what? It's going now.
So the Levitical priesthood will be reestablished.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Based on everything that we read here.
Yup.
At that time, they will be perfect.
Right.
And the only thing that they could not do, they could not write the law in our inward part.
Right.
That's where Yahushua come in.
That's where he came in, Yahushua.
That's when Yahushua come in. Now Yahushua can write the law in our inward part where we cannot sin.
Right. So got that part. So you don't sin.
Right. 12 and 5.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Right. They would provide. They would do sacrifice for our sin to atone for our sin, but the only one who would be an official sacrifice to atone for our sin would be Yahushua.
Jesus.
That's where he came.
Yahushua. Don't say that.
Yahushua.
Let me ask you this question, Choir, and you too. You remember those guys who was on the donkeys when Jesus was being on the cross? Is those the Pharisees you talking about? Remember they put him on the cross? And the Pharisees came up on the little donkeys? Is those the Pharisees you talking about?
Pharisees came on the
I'm trying to get this right, man. It's my head.
right. I don't know about.
Oh, let's come back to let's come back after the service. Let me read something. Let me read something. Let me read Matthew 12 and 5.
Hold this spot right here before I put something in their face.
Matthew 12 and 5.
Right.
Yeah, let me read, because the priest is doing all of these things, and what they're doing is so and so forth. They can do it, but as Israel, we can't do it. We can't even try to imitate certain things what they do, because they do certain things. So Matthew 12 and 5, it says, or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? Because they're doing certain things and they're doing certain offering on the Sabbath day, and they're blameless. But other Israel, we can't do it.
Like cool. Okay.
So Numbers 28 and Numbers 28 and 9.
Numbers 28 and 9.
Yeah, let's go back. Come on, read them one for me, please.
Numbers 28 and 9.
That right here.
You got it, Gabar?
28.
Numbers chapter 28, verse 9. As Yahushua said in Matthew 12 and 5. So So the priests are doing, like I said before, we had already. The priests are doing certain things that we, other Israel, we can't do it.
All right, Numbers 28 and 9. And on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof.
Verse 10.
This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, besides the continual burnt offering and his drink offering.
So it's a burnt offering on the Sabbath day, right?
Right.
So we can't do any burnt offering and things like that. The priests are kindling fire and they're making a burnt offering on the Sabbath day. Yeah, but they blame us. But otherwise, we as Israelites on the Sabbath day, we done said we're going to gather up 6 and we're going to kindle fire. Yeah, we can't do it. But they are blameless because the Most High required them to do that. Yeah, so let's go back to Numbers. 48. Even those that were numbered of them were 8,504 score. 3 scores and 10. 60 scores 20 and 4 score. That's 80. 8,580. Score?
Each one of them what each of them had, and they own 5.
What? They were numbered.
Yeah, different numbers, different numbers of in the tribe.
No, this is what ministering the service.
Or the ones that was in the service.
Yeah, ministering the service. I mean, they were numbered. Verse 49, according to the commandment of the Lord, they were numbered by the hand of Moses, everyone according to his service and according to his burden. Thus were they numbered of him as the Lord commanded Moses. So within the Levite, the Most High numbered them.
Right. Each of them was numbered.
Yeah, that were numbered them. So you have
How
many, you have men to do the service. You have
each congregation
of
the tribe.
So the priests are always there, so they're always continually doing these things. So it's not like saying they didn't have anybody to do anything. The priests were always there, and they stayed in that temple area, so they're able to continually, like certain, like the showbread, should always be there, and also the candlesticks is, as I recall, is filled with like olive oil, and it should always be lit.
Yeah, so they were in control of all of them.
Yeah, so they have the instrument and the snuffers and all of that stuff, and the ashes, they gotta clean out the ashes. So they're always doing the service. So like I said, a house of worship. So the priests are always there.
Each how many within each tribe and or in the congregation.
Yeah, in each of the Levites and so there's somebody's always there preparing the service and preparing what's to be done there. So even like I said with David, with the showbread they had nothing to eat and the showbread was there, that's the only thing they had. They didn't have anything else, but that's what David ate. David and his men ate.
Oh, you can eat.
So even for the regular Sabbath service, the Most High, remember the Most High gave us quails, and the 6th day He gave us twice the amount. That the seventh Sabbath come, you're not supposed to go out there and look for any, because you get twice the amount of food on the 6th day. So some people still went out and look, and there were none.
Right.
So you have twice the amount of food before the Sabbath. When the Sabbath day come, You have enough food. You have more than enough. You have food for 2 days. So we try to rehearse the righteous acts, perform the best of our ability. And he that endured unto the end shall be saved. Yeah. So that was.
Okay, see the guys, women on the movie.
Easy.
But the guys who rode up on the donkeys.
The guys or Christ?
Yeah.
Who you talking about?
Yeah, the guys who rode up on the donkey when he was on the cross.
Rode
The
up on-
Pharisees.
No, I don't know about donkeys.
But they was on donkeys, like 12 of them.
Find that scripture for me.
Okay?
So we talk about it after the service.
How many rode up on the donkey?
12. Yeah. They pulled up.
I don't know.
They
What,
like what's the people at City Hall? I mean, the White House.
yeah.
You saw it in the movie. You didn't look up there.
Rolled up on the donkey.
You saw that in the movie.
They had him on the cross.
That's the movie thing.
Okay.
That's the movie thing.
Yeah, this movie kind of influenced a lot of our people. You know, yeah, what is it?
When you see
That's
that-
in the movies.
When you see that in the movie,
Pulled
when
up.
you see it in the movie, you gotta look in the scripture to see if it's true.
Yeah.
The only dog I know about in the Bible, when he told him, why you keep hitting me, man? He was riding on him, and he kept hitting him with his stick.
Balaam.
Yeah, Balaam.
Oh, you're talking about Balaam and Balak. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's way in the Testament.
So what are we reading next up?
That's a good question. Good question. I don't know what we're reading next.
They looked at him. He said, where's the guy there now? See if we can get you from up there. I said, the movie though. Because in Psalm 22,
Wise men.
when the wise men, more than 3 men.
Well, that was you considering the 12 that go up on there.
But
The wise men that came to.
Hold on, here you go. I got you for one. You remember the Judas told on Jesus, they gave 30 pieces of coins? Some guys right there. Remember the guys that gave Judas the Pharisees earlier.
Yeah, but they ain't sitting up them on the donkey.
That's how they walked up, they had the gun. Woo!
I don't know. All right. Let's come like in the 7th month, coming after the new moon and everything. These feast days and fast days coming up. You know, memorial blowing of the trumpet. They have atonement and Feast of Tabernacles. So I'm trying to prepare myself for these when I do my reading when they come up and the new moon. So next Sabbath reading, I just keep it in my notes and make sure when these feast days come up, blowing up the trumpet, Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, and prepare.
September 8th, man.
Yeah, September 8th is memorial blowing up the trumpet. And then Day of Atonement, September 17th, and Feast of Tabernacles. So I already gave my boss, these days I can't work.
Right.
You know ahead of time?
Yes.
Yeah, I gave him a sheet, said, look, whatever, these days I can't work.
Okay. What did he say?
He said, okay. And I made sure I took a picture of it, regardless of whatever, like for example, Day of Atonement, people say, yeah, you need the money, not need the money, you need to take it off completely. Completely. And it works out.
Okay.
It always
works out for you, huh?
Yeah, because it's like, look,
a big change.
people say, oh, they might need money, but you need the most, I need to keep it, because the most they'll cut you off. So take it off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next Sabbath reading, we're reading Kahan Pakwat. Kahan Pakwat.
I mean, prophet, right?
Priest.
Priest.
All right.
You know what I
read?
I know read Old Testament, New Testament, and the Apocrypha, right? So we read the Old Testament now. We're gonna go to the New Testament. So
Right, New Testament.
I have to go and look see the last New Testament that we read. Come on, guys, we should all be abreast of these things.
Oh, you wanna know what we read last?
Tell him blasting, you don't even know.
No, I said, you know, we all should.
You up there, you don't have.
You read Mark.
We read. No, I'm asking guys to help me out.
We was in the Apostle 5:30 on the Sabbath.
No,
We read
talk
1
about
Corinthians
Mark.
chapter 1, 8:1.
We read Mark chapter 1. Khan Paquad, we read Mark, right? Mark chapter, Matthew 28, no, Matthew 27, and Mark first, Mark 1. So is Mark 2 and 3? Khan Paquad. It's got to be Mark, right? Khan Paquad, Mark 2 and 3? Mark 2 and 3, because we read Mark, Matthew 20, 28, and Mark 1. So Mark 2 and 3?
Last time we read, I did Ezra.
Yeah, but I said after that, before that. Yeah, I did it, right? Mark chapter 1.
Matthew
28
Mark
and Mark.
chapter 1.
Yeah, so it's Mark 2 and 3 then.
Mark 2 and 3.
All right.
So just we got to keep track. Track of us.
That's next Saturday. Next Saturday.
I want to make sure that I have it.
Let me more highlight this right now.
So we're all going to be afresh. Know it. Read it. Mark 2 and 3.
So is the law done away with?
What?
Is the law done away with?
Nope.
All right.
Now hold on. We're gonna wait this class over. I got something before. This is from serious about it too.
All right. So we're going to close at the Sabbath service now. And Shalom Israel. It was a great service.
Right. Shalom Israel.
Stay tuned for the closing prayers. One of you brothers can kindly fill the blinds.
Oh, I get it right. Yeah. I heard this from last week. It's coming. All right. All right, bro. It's going to go ahead. That's good. There's a lot. Workshop. Used to be my talking ground. What they think? You stopped in from the class. And my buddy got into it about the Old Testament ain't good no more. What you just said? That's over with. I'll tell you, why they kill somebody? White man went to the courtroom, I should not kill him. Kill him. Got mad at me one time. Things like that to make the first stuff on the class. The mother will do it. Fire.
That's my button, I talking? Okay.
Barakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Asherah, Nathanawa, Parya, Hakapan, the water, Aman, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, At Yasha'ala. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai that give to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it, to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai with Israel. I madwa upon you, Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakashah, Shammai, Lanawa, Aita, Yamyan, Aita, Shalak, Ma'aka'ala, Wa'alahayam, Tazwadakyam, La, Shemor Barak, Rapah, Magun, Waha Kazayak, Banya, Yasha'ala, Washalak, Lanaya, Rabiam, Kakama, Rabiam, Da'ait, Rabiam, Bayana, Rabiam, Sabalamwat, Rabiam, Amawan, Rabiam, Aqua, Rabiam, Ahabiam, Rabiam, Haganaya, Rakara, Wasalat, Kal, Katayumnawa, Lawarakiam, Weasha'ala, Tamyad, Waiwalam, Ba'asham, Yahawashai, the water, Aman. Yahweh, name of Yahawashai, please listen to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous power angel to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel, and send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive all our sins for the brothers and Israel, always and forever, in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. The Four Corners Prayer. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barak Nawa, Weasha'ala, Wabate Saparim, Shammai, Yasharela, Yahweh, Alahainawa, Yahweh, Akkad. Shalom, Israel. Enjoy the rest of the Sabbath. I'll speak to you next Sabbath.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.